What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another venture with the Bearded Bobber. I'm bearded. She's the bobber. Letters. Sing. Oh, school zone. What is going on, guys? I was torn on where to go just now. I was like, do I go to where it started, like where this bike came from, you know, not Iowa, but from Indian Motorcycle Redlands, or do I go to where like my YouTube channel kind of kicked off? And I think that's where we're gonna go. We're not gonna go on my old route, but we're gonna go to the first spot because I want to stop. I want to look at this bike, and my Cardo wants to tell me my Mobile 1 is disconnected. Oh, don't worry, it's reconnected. Nothing like interrupting, because I wanted to listen to music for part of this, but I hadn't put it on yet. But I was in the garage, and I put the Chief up on the lift, because the Chief is going to, you know, Project Wildfire is going to Project Wildfire 2.0. And it's honestly pretty much the vision we ended up coming up with while we were doing this, but we had to wait on so many parts. That being said, that's not what this video is about. I wanted to talk about the bobber, and a lot of you guys probably started following me because of this bike. And if you followed me then, you've seen this bike go through so many changes, good, bad, personal preferences aside. This bike had been originally this is a 2018 Indian Scout bobber. I have now almost 20,000 miles on it. I don't think we're gonna hit that today, but it's like 50 miles away. And you know, I've gone through two different exhausts. I had the RCX vents, RCX slip-ons, and then now I have the Freedom Performance 2-to-1 Combat Shorty. Hopefully you can hear me over it right now. I love the way the throatiness is of that 2-to-1. I like drop it gear just to get a little lower rumble to try to talk to you guys. But it was a black Thunder Smoke color, and it was the color that everybody wanted at the time. You like, besides the gloss black. Gloss black was the cheapest model, and it came non-ABS, and my dealer didn't have one, and it was like rare for them to get them. But these were selling like 3 times a week. I was a brand new rider, and I was like, you know what? I still want this one. It looks so good. I'll get the ABS. It's probably better for me. All that stuff. So it worked out. I got the bike. I always wanted gloss black though. And at one point, if you guys recall, this bike was wrapped with titanium and like candy apple green. It was actually wrapped titanium, then wrapped titanium and candy apple green. So it had, you know, it had normal bobber bars. Now it has the FMB chopper bars, and then I added the risers. I have the sissy bar. I changed the sissy bar. We had a Corbin seat. We had a Mustang seat. We have a Saddlemen seat. I love changing things up on motorcycles. I'm not here to ride the same damn thing all the time. Oh. I love this bike. I want to do a video again about like the Chief with the Scout. What's better? What's this? And it's all going to come down to my personal preference. I was like, motor wise, this one. Motor sound, it's kind of close, but I do like the Thunderstroke sound more. It's just got that like hot rod, like bruh, 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 bruh. This one's just mean. Oh man, but like, I got a hair up my ass and took the wrap off, and the wrap was doing great. It was doing fantastic. There was nothing wrong with that. It just needed to change. And all this kind of stuff was happening with COVID and everything else. So the wrap place we were going to do a deal like every 6 months. She wanted to rewrap it and change the color. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, I am here for that. But with COVID and different things, there were so many things we couldn't do in material, and it just got to where we couldn't do it. So, you know, life happens. Twin Graphics in Calamasa is still fantastic. I still tell people to go there all the time. There's nothing there. There was no problem there with us. So the bike ended up going to paint instead, and I was like, well, let's paint it. And let's go gloss black, man. I want to go to gloss black. I took and ordered a set of wheels off eBay, and I powder coated them bronze, and I loved it. It was like kind of the Smokey and the Bandit look, and I've probably talked about that before, but like I just got the sissy bar redone. We've had this bike now for 5 years and 20,000 miles. I figured it was time for an update. Well, if I knew you were returning, I probably would have went first. I changed the grips brown. I had the seat custom made to what I was planning on doing, thanks to Saddlemen back in 2020. And Saddlemen's another company back in 2020 that was having some issues, and they wanted to make the seat absolutely perfect. And you know, I know some people were out there and like mad that they couldn't get their seats. I waited like 7-8 months to get this seat. But when I talked to the people at Saddlemen, they wanted it to be perfect. And I was like, I'm here, dude. Like, I am patient. If at the end of the rainbow is a perfect seat. And in my mind, I love the Saddlemen. I think it's very, very comfortable for the Scout Bobber and now all my bikes. And I can't ask for more than that. Like, when you know a company is like got a seat that's 98% great or 99% great, and there's one little flaw that they're like, a couple people complained, let's fix it. And I'm like, I'm here for that, man. Like, that says something to me. Like, people listen, and that's another reason that I ride Indian motorcycle is I've been around corporate. I've heard them. And where the f are you going? Pardon, I mean, my language, I guess. I don't know about that shit, man. I'm done. Weirdo. Okay, that was... I cut there only because it was just going to be too many how do you say this? Too much foul language for me to edit out. I was like, because at the end of the day, I'm still me. That doesn't make me a bad person. If you don't like hearing it, that's why I took it out. But here we go. I can't be somebody else either. Like, I don't think I'm a bad guy, and then if you think I'm a bad guy for using bad language, like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I just grew up in a different part of the country, and it's almost like speaking another language. I'm not saying I would go to your town and use that language, but whatever, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm here because I love my Indian Scout Bobber. And we're gonna get off and show the bike off and all that fun stuff. You guys have seen different logos go through here, and I could tell, like, nobody has to like lie to me. And they're like, people didn't like the titanium and the green. I liked it a lot. I would like it more maybe on a different bike, but I liked it a lot. I was happy with it. That candy apple green everyone thought was painted on. The wrap looks so good, and it is what it is. Not everybody likes those colors. I did. I thought it looked great, and some people didn't. A lot of people like black motorcycles. I do too, but I have one now. Well, I have two if you count Nikki's bike, I guess. It really came home to me with this black and bronze look, though. When I started getting those pieces together, and then like the wheels and the seat and the browns and I was like, ooh, you know what? I'm happy. You know, like the Bandit. You know, if I could get license plate Bandit, I would totally do it. I don't know if it's available though. I doubt it. I doubt it. I think we're gonna have to go get jerky after this. Come on, people. He's totally rocking out, vest, and I wonder if he rode to Big Bear or if he's just riding out here. No, Van, this is my road. Don't be like that. I knew I had time. I would never encourage running out in front of a van. Like, nobody respects motorcycles on the road anyway, so be careful out there, stay vigilant while staying classy. Oh my god, I love this motorcycle. I really like all my motorcycles. I like a lot of motorcycles, and if I would have won the lottery the other night, I'd be buying more motorcycles. Like, what are you gonna do? You know, it's like, I'm going to Disney World. No, I ain't going, no, I'm going to the dealership. Like, that's where I'm going. They're like, don't you have enough bikes? Well, I don't own a Chieftain, and I don't own a Springfield, and I don't own an FTR. So no I don't. And then I would go to other dealers too and buy them Triumph bobbers and Harley CVOs and shit that I don't need. Oh man. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I love this motor. I love the high RPMs. So many people don't realize that the Scout will whoop most bikes' ass. Oh, the girl's bike. I can't believe how many times I've heard that. It's not a lot. I hear it about Sportsters way more. But when I hear it about the Scout, I go, what are you talking about? You mean an easily controlled high performance motor? A 69 cubic inch motor. 69 cubic inch motor that will wipe the floor with so many bikes. Mine has a SNS intake, a Freedom Performance exhaust, and a Fuel Moto tune. So mine has a little bit more. It unlocked some things, but even stock, this bike just destroyed. I mean, on racetracks in Mexico. And it just cracks me up. They're like, oh, the girl's bike, and I'm like, dude, like, we could go. Do you want to go? I was like, I don't know if Dave's watching this right now. Dave had his Lowrider S, and he had some things done to it, nothing crazy, and it had I think it had the 117 in it. But he wanted to take on my Challenger. He tries calling his bike the Challenger Killer. Challenger's a 108 liquid cooled performance motor as well. And I beat him. I don't know why he thinks he could take out a Challenger. But at the same time, Meatball Rebel was on his Scout bobber, and he left both of us. What are you guys parked in my way for? What a douche. So I'm gonna try to go up there if I can. Let's see how many people are up there. It's such a popular spot for like photo shoots and shit. But this bridge is like my best video ever. Like 85,000 views or something like that. What were those people doing? I don't see nobody. Alright guys, so this is where I first did a 3,000 mile review of my Indian Scout bobber. Now, she's come a long way. I love those wheels. Young Guns, Preformance, and Rancho Cucamonga did those. Custom Dynamics, Halo Lights, Pathfinder, thanks to JFast. Pinstriping, thanks to Mr. Oz. eBay gas cap that I powder coated. Vans grips, powder coated levers. I normally would have 2 mirrors, but the bung on these broke, so I gotta fix that. We've got Brave Wolf Customs, little American flag piece here. Fox shocks, Freedom exhaust. This is actually bronze too right here. Saddlemen seat. My Indian motorcycle messenger bag. I changed these lights too. These are those new like Indian lights. And then the sissy bar. Sissy bar. With the Bearded Bobber little logo there. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Scout platform. And it does not get enough credit in my opinion. I absolutely love this motorcycle. If I didn't have my other bikes, I don't know, this one would have a hell of a lot more miles on it. I'll say that right now. I would have forced myself to ride it to Sturgis. I would have done I might have done a windscreen then, or at least like a cheap one there to get the wind off my chest a little bit more. But this Ginz sissy bar helps with luggage. The seat helps with my ass. I cannot say enough nice things about this bike and how far it's come, and it's taken me on this journey. I was like, the wife already told me this is the one that I can't get rid of if I do trade in a bike. It definitely won't be this one. I don't think this is going to be the last vision of this bike either. So that'll probably be a year or so away that we update and change the bike. But thank you guys, especially you guys that have been here since this bike was parked right there with me sitting next to it. And just saying how much I loved it then and how much I love it now. Man, I absolutely love this motorcycle. Alright guys, stay safe, stay classy. If you guys are following along and you got a Scout or anything because of me or one of the other guys, I just want to know in the comments, like, how many miles do you have on your Scout? Was it your starter and you traded it in? Are you never letting it go? Just, let's start a conversation down there in the bottom. Alright guys, stay safe, stay classy, and I will see you out there.